Hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're working on another page in the Haunted Mansion. Today it's going to be the garden. And it wouldn't be any garden unless it was a cemetery. So that's right up my alley, right? So we're going to do the sneaky peek first. We're in our telephone directory. I may be, this video has to go out this week, so I may be skipping another previous video. So if this is not the same book as I was in, that's why. All right. Now this is my Design Team Mama's Wonders by Wink. This is her vintage phone digital, which is exceptional. I love it. I love it. I love it. Love the teals that's in it, the old images. The way she's collaged in here. And this is my very most favorite image. Look at that baby. I mean, if you're as old as me, you remember these phones. Oh, the old dial tone. Rotary. Now I put a little bit of definition in here. That one's call. It means to call out or to telephone. I had a little, this is just a stamp that I had, and I had these little blue rhinestones, and I created that from a scrap piece of strip paper. This is actually what is this? I think these are cookie containers from, I believe it's Burger King. They give you these little bags with cookies in them, so I went and I put two of them together. You can just barely see that little teal strip. That's like a hinge. So I could sew it in here, because I have the other end back here. But then I have a pocket, so you can write on. I just have an index card in there, just something simple. And then this piece here is, I believe, her overall. I believe that was one of her overall background papers that went with this. And check that out. That's one of the old rotaries right there. And that's another one of her beautiful papers. Okay, well, I just wanted to show you this, and you need to go over there and check this out. Go over and just look through her digital. I'll probably have it linked here below in the description box, so you can go over and get a good look at it. This here, I just enlarged one of the ephemera pieces to make it look like a phone book. And now, what I've got here, it's two-sided. I've got this paper on one side and this paper on the other. Now, the papers I'm using today, I've also got a couple little small papers over here to the left that came out of this Paper Studio Moody Floral. Because it's a garden, I gotta have a few flowers, you know. And so the portrait page came out of this one, the Dark Academia from Michaels. And then from Hobby Lobby's Paper Studio, Tattered and Torn. That's the other side here with the green. And that's the side we're going to have our garden in. So, I have baseboards. What is that called? It's the, I got it upside down. What? Baseboards and Transparencies, I'm sorry. It's Halloween 2023. So I've really been digging through here because I've got the beautiful garden up here that came out of here. I've got some bats that came out of here. And this door. It looks like a door into a garden, like a fairy garden almost. And that is going to be like the door to go in and out, maybe. It also has a few lines on here. So I've got a brick stencil. And we'll probably be going in with that first. Well, actually, we're going to go in with a stamp first. And that's that crackle stamp. Shattered. I love this thing. But I wanted to give it a little bit of a cracked look because, you know, nothing is held up over time when it's a haunted house. And this one I love because it gives you a big old stamp block with it. Which I probably wouldn't even really have to take it off of this piece here. But we'll do it the right way and go like that. I want to thank you for coming to visit and seeing what's going on. I'm actually going to go ahead and take my ground espresso and rub it over here. I'm going to just rub it against it and give myself like a brown crackle. Don't want it to be too dark. It's brick. And we're supposed to be sort of in the nighttime. I'll stick that right there. Thank you for coming to visit and for joining me. I'm doing a challenge with this. It's a double whammy. It's the Haunted Mansion, but it's also going to be Caroline's Craft Tree Challenge this week. It's week 40. So what we have for the 5 prompts are a musical instrument, a piece of fabric, hand, mandala, and flying. You know, that's a combination right there, isn't it? That is a combination. So what it is I was thinking and thinking and thinking, and I almost just bypassed it. Thought, yeah, I'll just pick it up next week. And like it always does, it hit me what to do. So I kept trying to work the hand in. And what happened the other day when me mom went to Walmart is I was standing up there waiting for her, and they've redone our Walmart. So it's a grand opening. It's going to happen November 3rd or something. Anyhow, they've got the seasonal up front there where I was standing. And lo and behold, there's me some tombstones. That's okay, because that's where that door's going to go. Yeah, so there's some tombstones up here. So what I did is I took pictures of them. See, I got that one, I got that one, and I got this one. And then what I did is I just took them and I cut them out. So here they are. I'm not too sure I'm using the cross one. I don't think there's enough room. So that one's kind of over here to the side. I may put that on a journal card that I think is going to work in on this side. And so this is the other two. And look, lo and behold, there's hand. I got that one taken care of. All right. So what we're going to do next is our stencil. And I want to put the impression that there's some brick behind us here. And I think I'll just start with this side. And, I'm not quite sure. Maybe I'll just go with ground espresso again. I don't think I really need... I'll do ground espresso and a little black. How about that? Because I do want it to be doomy and gloomy. If you know what I mean. Doomy and gloomy. I'm going to go in here thick in some spots and thin it down in others. So there's a nice little variation. So it's just kind of like you sort of see it and then you sort of don't. Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I did want to go over this in black. So there's that. And then I've got my black soot right here in the distress ink. This is the the oxide, and this is the ink. So let's just kind of go over this in a few spots. Okay. Yep. That's working out. I'm going to go on over to the right. And I don't know that this is a repeatable one, but we're going to try to make it as close as possible. Oh, I need to go up a little higher, don't I? Yeah, right there. That's good. And you don't always have to be just right on the money. You're giving it the impression that there's something there. All right, and a little bit of black. There's probably still enough on here that I can just, oh yeah. Okay, let's keep going. Building my brick wall. Yep, my daddy would be proud. He was a brick and block mason for years. That's what he did to earn a living to keep us and He made a good living, was a really good dad. His poor back now is in horrible shape because of it. So I really hate it for him. He has bad nights where he can't sleep well, but you know, I love him to bits. He's a good dad. Alright, then we're going to go over here and do our last little segment. I'm going to match it up right there. And the door is coming in here somewhere, so I'll mostly do this right side. Okay, I'm done with that one. And yeah, I've been needing to do Caroline's challenge here lately. I don't know, I had so much I was doing there for the shop a while back to get ready for that big weekend they were having that I just didn't have a chance to work on her. Or my brain was too tired. I think that was the other part. It was tired. Oh, goodness. Okay. So, there we go. There's our brick. Now what we want to do is... I did have this one that I thought kind of looked like a fence. And I'm going to go ahead and do it. I don't know what it'll look like with this other stencil. But I think if I do it in black and do it at the bottom, it might give the impression that it's a fence kind of raising up behind the tombstones. That's kind of what I was wanting to do. Now this lower part here, don't worry about it because I'm going to have those flowers kind of going in the front and they're going to be hiding the base of the tombstones as well. Okay, and I don't want to have to go all the way up. Let's see. See what that looks like. It's okay. It's not quite what I was thinking. Yeah, that's good. I don't want to do too much. I've got other things here that's going to create the photo for me. Create the idea. Alright, got a lot of stencils to clean now. Alright. So, I also did a bunch of die cuts with some of Tim's, like those kind of florals and weeds and stuff. I've got some ferns here in different colors. I've got the vines that's going to trail down. That kind of thing. Okay. Next, we want to actually score this in half so I know where my center is. Okay, I'm also in here with the ground espresso, going around the outside edge, just to frame it. It's the way I always like it. I like to look framed. Make sure I've got all the corners done really well. Nice and dark on the tips. Yeah. A little bit more up here. There we go. Now, I'm going to figure out where the tombstones go, because here is my score line. It's going to go right on this side, I believe. I'm going to have one kind of rocking to the left, and this one's going to kind of be rocking to the right. And if you remember, I did have another little story from life in the 1500s to tell you. And it has to do with this, because what is my musical instrument? It is a bell. If y'all recall the other video, you'll know where I'm going here. But what it is I'm going to have to read it because I'll tell you, I cannot remember nothing. But let's see. England is old and small, and they would start running out of places to bury people. So they would dig up coffins and would take their bones to a house and reuse the grave. In reopening these coffins, 1 out of 25 coffins were found to have scratch marks on the inside, and they realized they'd been burying people alive. So they thought they would tie a string on the wrist and lead it through the coffin and up through the ground and tie it to a bell. Someone would have to sit out in the graveyard all night to listen for the bell. Hence the term graveyard shift. And they would know that someone was saved by the bell or he was a dead ringer. How'd you like that one? I love that one. Oh, it's so fun. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put our gravestones down. They're just going to go straight down. And then my bell, I've got a stick to put it on. And then it's going to go through the ground. I guess you could say. You go through the ground. All right. So this one's going to kind of be sticking that way. And then this one is just going to be sticking the other way. Yeah, the other part of Caroline's challenge was that mandala. Oh, man. Well, I sort of have an idea for it. It's as good as it's going to get. I wasn't sure what else to do. Oh. See, you'd never know those were from Walmart. Taking a picture at Walmart. Okay. Now, this one is going to be about up there. And I'm going to probably just put it down with the fabric tack. But I'm only going to do the bottom and this left side. Because it's a tuck. Okay. That ought to do it. And let me stick it down here where I wanted it. And what's going to happen is I'm going to put a, like a little, not really a booklet, just a folded tag behind it. And then it's going to also have, I need a step, I believe. I don't know what I'll make the step out of. These are books, but I don't know what I'd use the books for. It's almost like a step, isn't it? Let's put these together and trim that down. Nobody will ever know. I'm going to use what I got at hand. Alright. So I'm going to glue those down right there. I've got to get all this down first before I can judge where my flower base would go, you know. Alright, now where does that need to go so it's even on both sides? Probably right there. And then this one. Okay. I got a question. Does anybody else have a thing about numbers? I mean, I'm talking like the clocks. Do they see the same numbers, like double numbers a lot? I'm asking because I do. I see 1111. I've seen it about 8 times in the last 3 or 4 weeks. I don't understand what's going on. It just keeps on and on. I like these colors with this, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Now what I need to do is just do like some kind of a little bumpy, kind of rolly, kind of a cut. That's what I'm doing. Okay, and then I'll probably just cut it off down here. Doesn't need to be up too far. Yeah, I've got Irish in the family. So, I keep wondering if it's something to do with my Irish blood, because I have a sister. I need to cut that down a little bit more over here. I have a sister who caught or got the skill of finding 4-leaf clovers. Now, my Uncle Guy, Mom says, had that same skill. And he's on that side of the family. So, it's making me wonder if I may have picked up one because two of his sisters now, or two of his aunts. I think it's two of his aunts. How did that work? Aunt Polly? No, no, no. Two of his sisters. I'm sorry. I digress. They had the ability to tell when somebody was going to pass because they would get signs. The one sister would see running water, or she would dream. She would dream about running water. And so she knew that not long after somebody was going to pass away in the family. The other sister, she I don't know what hers exactly was, but she had this weeping willow in the back of her yard, and half of it died one night. And she had the foretelling that somebody was going to pass away, and it was one of her sons. So I'm wondering if this numbers thing with the double numbers, I don't know what it is about 1111, but I swear I see that all the time. And I don't know what to make of it. I mean, the other night I was sitting on the couch, and I just decided to, I moved a little bit or something. So I had the phone on me because I'm always playing with looking at my counts and who was watching something or answering somebody and thanking them for watching me, that kind of thing. So I had it on my lap, and it kind of tilted sideways, so the screen flashes on when that happens. Well, there it is, 11:11. It seems like I can't get away from it. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know whether it means something's going to happen at 11:11. Anybody that understands that, please let me know. I don't know. I don't know if it's other different double numbers or what. I mean, sometimes I can look at the speedometer and it's ticking over to another number, and it's usually doubles. I don't know whether to play the lottery or not, y'all. I don't know. All right, I think that little piece is going to go back that way. All right. We have our bell. Now here's our bell. I've got it tied to a string. This is a bell from some Christmas paper I got on clearance, and it had like 3 little bells. I've used it before, so you may have seen it. But here's our stick. Now what we got to do is we got to tie our stick, tie a knot in this, so it's hanging. It's hanging on here. Did I do it right? No, I didn't. Okay. And it's got to be tied right up here to the beginning. This is not as easy to do as I thought. I've still got, my fingers are still a little yucky from the dyeing I did the other day. All right, come here. All right, let me see if I can tie that there. And the thing is, I don't want it to be, it's not cooperating, is it? I want it to be out here on the end. There. Okay. Now, then the other piece is going to go down in the ground. So we're going to stick it right here between the 2 graves. Now, I could have, I guess I could cut that little bit off like it's sticking in the ground. Yeah, let's go with that. And then we're going to put this down first. The crazy things that I get into, Let me put a little bit of glue right there. And then I'm going to have to get this to... Oh, I need to glue my bell as well. Everything's kind of in the way. Let's see. That's the easiest way I can think to do it. All right. Now, let's get it stuck right here. We're going to have to do it at a, well, poot. I want to do it at a tilt. I don't want to cover up. Beware. I'll stick it right there. And the bell is hanging right here. All right, that works for me. And then we got this that goes in the ground. And you know what? I'm going to see if I can get it tucked up in here. Put a little glue in there and push it in, and I'll cut off the excess. Probably the person that gets this is not going to know what the devil this is all about. Oh, you will have to tell them for me, won't you? All right, so there we go. There. Accomplished. Check it out. Oh, saved by the bell. All right, now I can put a few ferns in here, which I thought I would do. And I think I'm going to do these off screen. I'm going to lay them on here and let you see where they're going to go. I don't want you to have to deal with watching me glue all of them down. All right, something like that. All right. I also got this little plant. Well, piddly poo. Okay, maybe I won't do one in the middle. That's what I'll do. I'll lay the fern down sideways. That'll work. And then I've got these that are going to go up above. Whoops. Okay, that one's hooked on a piece of cheesecloth. About to take its head off, didn't I? All right, so I've got these. They're going to be coming down something like this. It's going to be one on this side. I've got a black one here. You see, it's kind of coming down like the veins. And I've got, how many left here? I've got 1, 2, 3. I gotta have 3. I've got 2 of these to do, so I gotta save ones for the next one. Okay, so all of these are going to go for the next one. All right, now I'm going to get off of here and I'm going to glue that down, and I'll be right back. And I've got a feeling I'm going to glue a mushroom down here somewhere, but I'll get back and do that in a minute. Okay, now I have a few of these stickers I used to in a previous project, but I want this one, either that one or this one, to go beside my door. And you'll see where I'm going. Let me lay this here and see which one looks good. Maybe that one. That one's taller. I think I like the taller one better. Plus, it's got more of these colors. See that one's more white. Goodness. And then what I'm going to do is add some extra. This is one of those puffy stickers, but it makes a cool little vase or urn or flower pot, however you're wanting to use it. So here we go. I'm going to put it right here. I can't set it there because it's not enough. Not enough to be sitting on. Okay, let's just see about that. Let's see how that works out. I'm trying to avoid this spine. I don't want to be in the spine too much. But the other part that I'm doing here, you know, this foreboding stamp sets is like one of my favorites now. I've stamped off, here's the drippy candle. Okay, I stamped off the drippy candle and colored it up just a little bit. It's going to go in this pot. And then I've got the spider over here. He's usually right there. I'm debating on whether to put him going up the wall, up the door, across the tombstone somewhere. And I'm just going to add him directly down. He's not going to be stamped out and cut out or nothing. I do have some mushrooms over here, and I'm still debating. I put one of the ferns here, just so I wouldn't hiding my goodie. Now, I could put a mushroom in here to kind of hide the fact that it's not totally sitting down on something. The red does not go, though. One thing is, it doesn't look too good. Okay. Nope. I think we're good. I don't think we need anything. Now we're going to do the drippy candle right here. And I'm just going to glue it down right like that. Now the thing is, I needed a mandala. And the only thing I could come up with, and I tried to get blues in here, but it doesn't look like I got more purples than blues. I've got these. I got these way back at Big Lots, I think it was. So I wanted to put one to where it looked like that was the halo of the flame. Let's see if that can happen. I think you can pull. Oh, I can pull the whole thing off. Yeah, good. Because I wanted to set that behind there and check it out. I was trying to figure out what the deal was with a mandala. So I didn't know if I could just have a circular pattern somewhere. And it was going to be, that was going to take care of a mandala or what? Let's see, it needs to come down a little further for this to have the flame right in the center. That blue is throwing me off, but I'll tell you, that's all I've got. That's all I've got. Yeah, because that one looks more like a mandala, but I don't think it's going to work. Let me see what this side looks like. Alright, so if I was to have that there, that might work. Let's see, that just... We might go with that one. I think I will. Let's just go with it. And they're on some kind of a sticky substance. And I just got to put this here and figure out where that needs to go. I think I'll put it like that. So that needs to come down. Yeah, that'll work. Everything's going on this side because this side's got to have the little booklet go in. Now this is sticky. Whatever that substance is these rhinestones are stuck to, it is sticky on the front side as well. So I'm going to show you what I did the last time. Oh, sorry. I'm under here reaching for this little cornstarch bag. Now, what the deal is you just kind of puff it out on there, and that cornstarch attaches and dulls that stick. Now, you can do that when you get something sticky, like tape or something on your papers. I've used this in a lot of places where an item was sticky and I needed to get it non-sticky. Like stickers. When you're wanting to put stickers down and they're like laying over or something, an edge, you can use this as well. It's another Well, I just put that back in there and I needed it. I think I'm going to actually need the other glue because I'm going across all kinds of stuff here. All right, let's get this down. And I think I have one more thing, and then I'll fold up my little booklet and stick it in there. I wasn't going to do too much to it. I'm going to put a little bit more on there because that flame has got to go over those rhinestones. Okay, see what we can do here. Carolyn, does this pass as a mandala? I'm hoping. I have sort of went ski wall with it, you know. Now, we're still got our spider. Oh, I did have to do some fabric of some type. So I'll tell you what. I think oh yeah, that's going to hide that bottom. Yes. Okay. Check it out, people. All right. I have some cheesecloth that I have dyed, and it's got that sort of greeny color. Well, I'm running me some fabric tack along the bottom down here. And I'm going to put that cheesecloth right in there. I'm going across it right here. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Going to kind of jam it up underneath the door. And I can trim this excess off later once it dries. Ooh. See if I can get it to curl down. Yep. See what that poor fern. Oh well. He took one for the team. I know you can't see the steps anymore, but they're there. They're part of the layering technique. All right, now I have this. That's going to be my little booklet that's going over there. I don't know that that's going to fit on it. We'll see. Let me go over here and get a hold of the score, and I'll score this in half. Okay, what I did is I took that little cross and I trimmed it down to just the small cross that was inside. See, just so it would fit. It wouldn't fit on the little booklet because it was just so big. So we're going to put some glue in here, glue it down, and it's going to be our little journaling area because there's no journaling anywhere to behold on this area here. Like I was using the phrase lookbook the other day. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to round these edges. So that's done. Okay, and now, you know, you can get in here and ink this. I don't even know if I'm going to worry about it. All right, I need to push this back over because we got a few more things to add. We have to have something that's flying, right? Yeah, flying. Now, what would a nice, respectable haunted house or haunted mansion be without flying bats? Yeah. So they're swooping around, checking things out. So I'll put a few of those here. These were in the transparencies, the baseboards and transparencies pack. Really cool. All right. And then we got some that's got a different, they're flapping up, in other words. So we're going to use at least one of those. Yeah, right here. There. And we have a little one, but I think we're good. Nope, let me put another one. I didn't know if I had room because of that booklet. But we do. And I got one more thing to do, and then we're done with our garden. All right, let me tilt him this way. I may have put a little bit more glue on there than I needed to. Okay, so that's going to tuck in here. It takes a little bit to get behind that door. All right, so it's going to go like this. And it's going to stick over a little bit, but I'm good with that. Because it's going to have things sticking out of this book. I don't want it to be needy. Even Steven. All right, let's see what our spider's going to do here. Yep, that looks good. I don't have to color him in or anything. Stuck my finger in it. We're going to use this VersaFine Onyx Black. I use this for everything. It has a really deep, dark black that it puts down. Like if you're doing words, anything like that, it works great. Now I'm going to actually go across from one stone to the other. And hopefully the level where I've got that stone glued down is not going to affect the look. I'm pushing pretty good. I hope I'm not messing anything up. No, it's perfect. It's perfect. Okay. Now, here we go. This is our... Oh, I got the beautiful garden to put in here yet. Dummy. Okay. Actually, this is perfect over here. Right where I've got the cheesecloth. Perfect. The beautiful garden. Gosh, it's so dark outside. I don't think it's barely 6 o'clock. I gotta go out there and get the caps. Okay, there we go. The beautiful garden. Now I have another one for the other book, and it's got a different saying. It's got a different door, but it doesn't have to have a mandala or any of this other stuff. It's just going to get done with whatever I got available. So let's do a close-up. Okay, we got our bats flying around. Might have to trim that off. Got our vines. We have our spider now going from one stone to another. He worked out perfectly. Got our little stones here. We have our bell where it's going down to somebody's wrist. We got, okay, what we got for Caroline? We got musical instrument. We have fabric. We have hand. We have mandala. And we have flying. So we have met all the needs. You can see the cornstarch all over that. That's what's in that bag. All right. Well, I might have to push that down and hold it down a little bit, but everything turned out great. Oh, and I wanted to read off all of my very best commenters and subscribers. They're always talking to me and leaving likes and leaving comments and watching me faithfully. I really appreciate it. I have to say I really do. So we have Tommy Phillips, and she has her own YouTube channel. It's Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy. I have Celeste, who also has her own YouTube. That's Woodland Inspired. I have Caroline, and she has her own YouTube. It's Caroline's Craft Tree, as well as a Facebook page. And we have Kyung, my design team mama. She has her own Etsy shop and her own YouTube channel. And she's just Kyung Shotwell there. We have Jody Lewis Creations. And I watched Jody. I met her with the collaboration in July. And I'm thinking that maybe everybody's just got their own channel. But my other great subscribers are Victoria Ullman, Jatsy Girl, Andrea B. Designs, my cousin Phyllis Seal. We have Beach and Gypsy, Beverly Nielsen, Jerry DeVries, Carol Beating, Sherry Vanderpool, Southern Biscuits, Elkie K, and TBRC Spirit, and Ex-Cajun Grandma, and Nazma Chowdhury. Well, thank you everybody, and I hope everybody has a great day, and got a few inspirational ideas from this. That's what I'm always trying to to put out there, things you can use and how to use them in conjunction with each other. But everybody, I really want to say goodbye and thank you and nighty night.